Okay, so we were talking just recently about some of our favorite shows that we like to watch.
Yes, yes.
And I had some time on my hands and I was trying to figure out what to binge watch. I was like, all right, which shows are really, really good?
Yeah.
So I was talking to Brittany and she enjoys murder.
Murder shows.
Murder shows or
Yeah.
true crime shows.
Right.
So I don't.
You should try it.
Because I like my sleep and stuff like that freaks me out.
Okay.
But we were talking, I mean, people really do love their murder.
There are a lot of us.
You like it, okay? So like Criminal Minds, CSI Investigation, Dateline, where they say, don't watch alone.
Right.
And then Law and Order. All these shows have been on for a really long time, and they focus on murder.
Murder.
I don't understand. So I did some research, okay? So I wanted to know what it is about you people and your fascination with murder, right?
Yeah.
So I came across this article that talked about criminologist at Drew University, Dr. Scott Bond. He explains that people love crime, especially murder, because of fear. In his recent op-ed in Time magazine, he claims that we like crime because we can experience fear and horror without being the victim.
Right.
We seek thrilling activities. He likens it to the roller coaster rides at the theme parks.
Right.
Okay, so another theory is the general dichotomy theory, good versus evil. We love superheroes like Spider-Man taking on Dr. Octopus. We glorify the good guys, the detectives that are going to solve the crimes and put those murderers behind bars.
Right.
Right? There's another theory, the comparative emotions theory. We try to understand others from their perspectives. We try to understand and empathize with the victims.
Right.
What they experienced before they died.
Yeah.
Any of those true for you?
Yeah, I feel like I can connect with all of those. I mean, trying to wrap your head around how somebody could get to that point to where they
murder
is insane to me. And I've always been interested in kind of how the brain works and how people think, and it's always been something that's interesting to me.
So you think of it from the murderer's perspective?
Well,
like
no, I definitely think of it with both. So, I mean, and it brings me to kind of this, where I was reading an article and it was talking about what it is basically about, true crime that women really, it uniquely appeals to women. So it talks about women seeking out true crime to release their fears of vulnerability. They assert control over their own fate. Kind of like if you know the game, then you'll be kind of better playing at it, pretty much. Also, there's less of a fear or anxiety with something when you can actually talk about it. I think it's really big when you can. That's why this whole, and it's kind of new for me, is, I listened to this. I'm a big fan of true crime. I've mentioned it before, but there's a podcast called My Favorite Murder. There's a whole group of us, and we can it's a place to talk. But I've gained, knowledge from this, at least what I think is knowledge. So I'm going to share a few things that I've learned. Okay. Since you don't watch it.
Right.
I'll share, since I do watch it, I'm going to share some things that I've learned.
So I don't get murdered?
So you don't get murdered.
Okay, good.
So My Favorite Murder, their tagline, they say it at the end of every episode, they say, stay sexy and don't get murdered. That's their tagline. SSDGM, if you ever see it. Stay sexy, don't get murdered.
Okay.
And it opens up this whole conversation about, what you can do to maybe prevent these situations, or if you, God forbid, you are in the situation. So keep in mind, I'm not a cop when I share these, but these are the things that I've taken away. First, when you're home, lock your door. There are so many times when murderers simply picked out a house because it was unlocked. They just go, if it's locked, they'll turn around, try the next one.
Oh, really? That's simple?
So many, it is that simple.
Lock your doors.
If you get thrown into a trunk, there's a latch, a cable that you can pull to open the trunk.
Where
but
is
if for
that?
some reason,
Where is it?
It's like right there on the door. It's just this long cable, and if you pull it,
Okay. All right.
But if for some reason you can't get that, kick out the taillight and then stick your hand out and wave it around like crazy.
Okay.
Because the kidnapper won't see you, but if the car's behind you. If someone has a gun, I would run away in a zigzag formation, because it's harder to shoot at a target that's moving like that.
Yep.
And if you were hit, the chances of them hitting, a vital organ drastically decreases.
Okay.
If I did get attacked, I would scratch the attacker to get DNA under my fingernails so they could catch him. And, you know, I would not shower because, you know, everything is evidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You learning here? Okay,
Yeah.
how about this one? Say no to modeling. If some guy comes up to you or your daughter at the mall saying, oh, you're so beautiful, you should be a
don't
model.
believe them. They're
I'm
creeps.
a photographer, come to my house, blah, blah, blah. There's a chance that he's a murderer. This one, trust your gut. It's very important. It also goes along with you don't have to be polite. Being polite at the risk of your own life is just crazy. You don't have to answer the front door. You don't have to help somebody if you don't feel comfortable.
Right.
Trust your gut. You don't have to be polite. If you do get in a scuffle, this one goes along with it. You don't have to fight clean.
Oh,
You
right.
just go
Dirty.
crazy.
Yeah, right.
Gouge their eyes out if you have to.
Yeah.
Lastly, this one's really important, and this one goes along with the podcast, and watch out for each other. So there's a story that I heard on the podcast. It was one woman saw another woman who was on a date go to the bathroom. While that woman went to the bathroom, she saw the man put something in the girl's drink. So she went to the bathroom to tell the
Told her,
woman,
yeah.
like, hey, he put something in your drink. And they watched after each other. There was another one where a woman saw a guy kind of creeping behind a car.
Yeah.
And so she waited to see, you know, to assess the situation. She saw another girl who was like going to that car, and she stopped her and she said, there's a man behind your car. And
my.
then the man like ran off.
Oh, wow.
Watch out for each other.
Yes.
Don't be afraid.
Yes.
If there's something uncomfortable, whatever, speak up. Don't be like, oh man, this is so weird. Because if something happened, you'd regret that.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to be better at assessing my situation.
Okay.
Where I am, because sometimes I will just completely just be in a different world.
Right.
And I need to be better at like looking at people and assessing
Yes.
situations. Like in the morning in the gym, my husband teases me because I don't notice that
You're not
people
aware,
are there. And they see me, but I don't see them because I'm just in my own little world.
Right.
Not
Well,
to
that can be,
rude, but-
I've heard that if you are uncomfortable with somebody and you're like walking down the street and you're like, to actually look at them, make eye contact and be like,
and
I
say
see
hello.
you.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
I have heard that too.
Yes, but
So,
yeah.
I need to be better at that. But I like those tips.
When you listen to or watch murder stuff all the time,
always
you
on your
get
mind.
into a room and you're like, all right, this is going to be my weapon just in case.
Yes, that's true. That's
I do
good,
it.
though.
And my house, I do it.
That guy could be a murderer.
I know. I don't know. You can learn. You can learn from things.
I didn't point at Kegis. No, I did not. He's not a murderer.
He's
You're
not.
You're a sweet, sweet guy. All right, it's midweek. Time to start planning for the weekend.
That's right. Here are just a few of the events happening in our area from our friends at City Magazine. First up, this Friday, backed by popular demand, it's Cube Fest at the Moss Arts Center at Virginia Tech. This audio-visual experience celebrates the imagination and innovation of more than 30 international artists, which combine live performances, classic rock, innovative technologies, and more for an experience unlike any other. Admission is $10, and it is free for students. Log on to artscenter.vt.edu for more information.
Tomorrow, don't forget Party in Elmwood at Elmwood Park. This is Roanoke's favorite beach music dance party. Tomorrow night, shag the night away with the Carolina Breakers. Get ready to shag to the best beach music around. Enjoy food, drinks, all the fun. Log on to downtownroanoke.org to learn more.
Yeah, now through Sunday, be sure to check out the Mountain Valley Cluster Dog Show going on at the Salem Civic Center. The Roanoke Kennel Club invites everyone to enjoy watching your favorite breed compete for Best in Show. Competition begins each day at 8 with 8 rings of competition showing throughout the day. About 140 different breeds of dogs will compete each day. Admission is free. You can log on to salemciviccenter.com for more information.
And on Saturday, it's the Kegs and Barrels Wine and Craft Beer Festival at Green Hill Park. Join in on an afternoon of wine and craft beer tastings and music by the works. Bring a chair or small tent and relax while tasting local wine and craft beer from around the area. There will also be local food vendors as well as many arts and craft vendors to explore during the event. Log on to s-rcchamber.org to learn more.
Yeah, if you haven't already, be sure to check out Willy Wonka Jr. playing at Mill Mountain Theater until Sunday. Follow candy maker Willy Wonka as he stages a contest by hiding golden tickets in 5 of his scrumptious candy bars. Whoever gets a ticket gets a free tour of the Wonka factory. This version puts the young actors in the spotlight, singing great songs like The Candyman, I've Got a Golden Ticket, Oompa Loompa, and I Want It Now. Get your tickets by logging on to millmountain.org. And for more on these and other great events happening around the region, pick up your copy of City Magazine on newsstands now.